Okay, so today I have a little bit different type of video for you. This is a collaboration video for Dehydrated Meals put on by Mark from Spiguyver Backpacking. So we're all gonna make meals and then we're gonna go ahead and show the process of making them, and then we're going to send them to each other to try out. So what I'm doing today is a white bean chicken chili. So kind of made this recipe up in my head. I'm gonna see how it turns out. I'm going to make this in a Instapot and make it that way, but you can do it in a Crockpot or a Dutch oven. So anybody can make this. It just depends on what kind of equipment you have, and it might take a little longer depending on what you do have. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going. Here are the ingredients I'm gonna be using. So I got a couple cans here of some beans. I got some corn, poblano peppers. We'll be using one of those. An onion, some garlic, peppers, chicken stock, some mushrooms, a little bit of chipotle peppers for some heat. Got some oregano, some cumin, salt, pepper, chicken breast. You want to make sure that it's chicken breast when you're doing this, because you don't want any high type of fats or the meal could go rancid on you. But anyways, let's get this processed. Wow, that was easy. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and add this into the Instapot, and then I'm gonna add my dry ingredients and wet ingredients. Okay, all of our wet ingredients have been added, so I'm gonna add some cumin. I'm gonna kind of eyeball that. It's like a good amount, and then I'm gonna add some oregano, and I'm going to add salt and pepper at the end to taste. I don't want to over salt it right now, so actually I'll go ahead and add some pepper right now, fresh ground. This is some fresh ground pepper. Like I said, I'm gonna wait to the end to add the salt. And for my liquids, I'm gonna do 1 cup of chicken stock and 1 cup of water. There's 1 cup of chicken stock. There's 1 cup of water. And last but not least, I'm going to add the chicken into the pot. Okay, there it is, added in the pot. I'm gonna leave it at the top like that, and you can see I sliced it up just to help it break down more. And yeah, leave it at the top so it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. But anyways, I'm gonna get this going. So I got this thing set to 55 minutes. It just turned on, so it's gonna start warming up now. And we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so here's where you kind of salt it to taste. I have some Japanese sea salt I'm going to use here. It should be good. Give that a mix. Oh, fogging up the lens. Sorry about all the noise, but I'm in my kitchen here. And Sunday night, people are walking their dogs and whatnot. I pulled the chicken out. I'm gonna go ahead and shred this, and then I'm gonna add it back in. All right, so there's the chicken all broken down. I'm gonna go ahead and add this back in. You wanna make sure it's broken down pretty well, so then it dehydrates easier. Give this a stir. Make sure it's all mixed up nicely. And we're gonna go ahead and try this out. And there is the finished product. The avocado and hot sauces optional. Same with the Parmesan cheese. But there it is, very hearty. Looking good, so we're gonna go ahead and try this out. Okay, let's give her a go. See how she is. Still pretty hot. No, you can't have any. Okay, first bite was pretty good. Let's go ahead and try out a second bite. Get a little bit of avocado on one. Now you can carry that in on the trail and just add that in if you bring an avocado. I'll give it one more bite just to make sure it's good. I call that a success. Very good. So next step would be to package this up, dehydrate it, and then split it up into servings. So we'll get to that next. Okay, we got it all loaded up in the dehydrator. You don't want to overload the trays, and you want to make sure that everything's kind of spread out. So what I like to do is kind of run over it with the back of the spoon. Any big pieces, you kind of want to break it up a little. You get the bigger pieces of chicken in there. So yeah, it's about ready to pop on. So I always like to put a tray over the top like that, so then I don't overheat the top layer. And then I pretty much get that going, and then we'll fire it up and let it run through the night. One other thing I like to do is I like to rotate them as they're drying. So you can see it's starting to dry up. So I'm going to do a rotation here, then move on, probably hit the sack, see how it goes. Maybe wake up a couple times tonight and rotate them a couple more times. Let's see how this turned out. Very dry. Good to go. So I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. And there we have it. All mixed up. I like to break it down a little bit too once it's in the bowl here. And then what I do at this point is I parse it out in the servings per the weight. So we're going to go ahead and do that next. And there we have it. Got about 3 meals out of that. This is going to be my quality control sample just to see how it all turned out. But you get about 3 dinners out of that recipe, so pretty good. Close to about 4.5 to 4.7 ounces each, which is good for a dinner. Yeah, so what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and rehydrate and cook this small portion to see how it turned out. Want to do some quality control on the heating of it and how it reconstitutes and all that. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to get this started. We're going to heat up some water and rehydrate this chili, see how it turned out with it reconstituted and heated up. So the way I always measure out my water, I know a lot of people like to go by exact measurements, but even with like mountain houses or everything else, I typically fill it to where it just barely covers the food, and that's all you really need. Maybe just a little bit more if you want it a little soupier, but that's all you should really need to reconstitute what you have there. Since it's a chili, I might go a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how much I put in, but it shouldn't be more than a cup and a half of water. So let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, so we got a boil here. Go ahead and shut off the heat. Carefully remove the pot from the stand. And then, like I said, I kind of eyeball it. So what I'll do is I'll set my baggie like that. Kind of pour it in. You can see it's just barely covering the top. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it like that and let it rehydrate. Let it go for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. Probably 15 minutes should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and push all the air out of this thing. Mush it around a bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and put it in my Hyperlight Mountain Gear food warmer. This thing's nice for, I just got it, but for the winter time, when you got a full portion in there, you seal it up like that. But then when you're eating, you kind of flip it back over, and then it goes on your hand like this, and then it acts as a hand warmer as well. So pretty cool, but we're gonna go ahead and let this rehydrate. Got the timer on my watch set for 15 minutes. We're gonna get that going. And we're started, so see you back when this is rehydrated and we'll check it out. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and see how this turned out. So it looks like it reconstituted nicely here. You can see that. So we'll go ahead and give this a taste. Kind of show you how this bag works too. So you leave it in here like this. Open it up. Fold this back here. Kind of like that. Fold it on like this. And get your long spoon, utensil, or whatever. Let's see. Here we go. Yep. Not bad. Pretty good. I'd probably let it go for 20 minutes just so it soaks a little longer. The chicken needs a little bit more hydration, so now that I know, so that's why you do the quality control. So I let it probably go for 20 minutes. This is how long I would let it cook for. But anyways, that was fun to do. I have 2 meals here that I'm going to be sending out. And yeah, that was fun. Thanks, Mark, for putting that together. Mark with Spiguyver Backpacking, and to all the others who are playing along. Tony with Our World Outdoors, Rachel with Tweedy's Travels, and Josh with Josh Ebersole. So thank you everybody for playing along. That was fun. I'm going to go ahead and link everybody's channels down below in the description. I'll also give the recipe to this, but yeah, it was fun. I'm excited to get everybody else's meals and try those out on camera. But yeah, like I said, that's a little bit of a different video than I do, but I was happy to do it. And I'm grateful for being tagged in that. Thank you. So everybody, see you on the next one.